This is business.
Friday whoopsies. We have 5 wrecks working, one on the North Sam eastbound past the Hardy, one on the North Freeway outbound at Aldine Bender. On the North Freeway inbound at Grand Parkway, we have an overturned 18-wheeler. It's going to take hours for this to clear. Only the right shoulder getting by. 15-minute backup from Rayford Sawdust. Wreck on 59 Eastex inbound at Little York, and an accident on the West Park Tollway eastbound at Hillcroft. I'm the Diesel. Houston traffic.
As a parent, you can't help but look at your child and dream about what the future holds. But while you're dreaming, consider this. The odds that your child will be diagnosed with autism are 1 in 68. Knowing the signs and addressing it early can make a world of difference. Learn the signs. Visit autismspeaks.org.
Looking for straight answers to your financial questions? Tune in weekday mornings
I'll be in
from
Dallas
8 to 9
Tuesday.
for Straight
We have an
Talk
event
Money,
Tuesday night,
hosted
and
by
then I'll be there
Mike
for the weekend
Robertson.
retreat.
No hype, no infomercials.
Oh, you're
Plain
gonna love
talk
this.
To give you the
So I'm gonna be here in
information
Houston.
you need to make you
Then I've got to
a
go to
better
Lake
investor.
Charles because I'm doing an event in Lake
We may
Charles.
not be able to control
Then I've
the
got to
future,
drive
but
back,
we
catch
can
the
learn to
plane
control
Tuesday
how
morning
it
so I can be
impacts us.
at the
Listen
event
to
Tuesday
Straight
night.
Talk
Then I'm
Money,
flying back
hosted by
Wednesday.
Mike Robertson,
And then we
weekdays,
fly
8
back
to
up
9
Thursday.
a.m. on Business 1110 KTEK.
The following
All right,
update is
90
for drivers who
seconds.
pay too much for car insurance due to DUIs,
What is that?
DWIs,
What's that
tickets,
noise?
or anything else. By now, you know all too well that SR22
Yeah, it's gonna
auto
be-
insurance
next
is
week's
way
gonna be
more than
brutal.
you'd ever want to pay. You probably thought you didn't have a choice, but you were wrong. Our company specializes in low-cost, very affordable SR22 auto insurance for high-risk
Are you speaking at our
drivers.
event?
We know that mistakes
Okay.
happen, so take pride in being able to offer absolutely free quotes for this very affordable auto insurance meant specifically for you, the overpaying high-risk driver. We're standing by at 800-749-2984. The only thing you need to do is stop waiting around while your monthly payments stay as high as they are. Our knowledgeable representatives are ready for your call at 800-749-2984. The quote is free, and we'll even handle the filings so you could start saving money every month even sooner. Call 800-749-2984. That's 800-749-2984. Once more, 800-749-2984.
Did you know that 63% of homes contain allergens from cockroaches? And that mice spread potent asthma triggers found in 82% of homes? It's true. Common household pests are major offenders on the list of indoor allergens. Learn what
North
you
Texas
can do to
something or
help
other?
your
I'm on their
family
meetup
breathe
group now.
easier. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association and the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America.
The following program does not necessarily
So that's kind of
represent the
challenge.
views or opinions of the staff,
let me go,
management, or
let me do
ownership
this.
of this station.
It's time to get on the right path with RightPath Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guy that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking
All right,
calls
guys,
at
stand by.
713
Hot mics in 5,
785
4,
Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Jason Bible.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate. We're doing something a little different this week. Had to change some things, move some folks around. So we got Daryl Dyke in studio, Noble Mortgage. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's our first.
I know it's the first interview.
Rate. I'm always with Tom.
Yeah. If you're the Tuesday, Thursday guy, it's usually Tom, right? And then we switch off Wednesdays every now and then. So, Noble Mortgage, what do you guys do?
Well, we're the finance gurus, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been in the industry 20 years, but I've had my company for 14 years. But we really focus on investment real estate. So there's 1,000 mortgage companies out there, but you know, most of them do primary residence loans, and they might do maybe 10% investing and so forth. And we're the complete opposite. So 90% of our business is we work with investors, helping them, actually teaching them how to use hard money, bank loans, conventional loans, because there's not one magic tool for every single thing.
Right.
So, you know, we do a lot of events and teach that. But, yeah, most of our loans are working with investors, helping them rehab, flip houses, buy and hold, build rental portfolios. And then we still do the primary loans as well. But that's really more like a service to our existing investors that maybe they upgrade their house and they want to refinance or something like that.
So, and what I think is interesting about you guys is y'all have multiple products. Like, it's just not hard money? Like y'all have got construction loans, and then you told me the other day y'all did a small business loan and a bunch of other stuff. So
yeah, we did an SBA loan on a hair salon for a good friend of mine.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I've always heard the SBA loans are a nightmare, but you said it wasn't that big a deal,
yeah,
huh?
you said that, and we partnered with a bank on it, and a good friend of mine, she's been a hairstylist for 30 years. And she's starting her own business and so forth. So that was exciting to get. That was our first SBA loan.
That's cool.
She came to me. I was like, this sounds like an SBA loan. I've never done one, but I'm sure I could get it done. We got it done. It wasn't that bad, really.
That's cool.
I mean, there's some paperwork there and so forth you got to do, but it wasn't real tedious. I think that was a function of the bank too. I'm sure some banks don't do it quite as well.
Yeah, and that's and the folks I've ever talked to that haven't done those, it's their banks, right? And it's probably one of those things that, and that's one of the services I think you guys provide is that. Someone trying to figure out how to finance a property, one bank does like one thing, right?
Yeah.
Like this bank does car washes and car loans, and then this bank over here does, multifamily, but only this many, and on this side of town and all that. And you spend all this time shopping for banks, you may never find anyone that actually do your deal.
Yeah. Yeah, every bank has a different flavor. Some like hotels, some like multifamily, some like single family. And so, if you call your bank and say, I've got this loan, they might be like, well, that's just not really, they may not have an appetite for it. And so we always try to touch base with the banks that we do business with to figure out because their appetites always change depending on how big their portfolios get with certain product lines. And so, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
If you're calling Wells Fargo, not to drop Wells Fargo in the grease, but if you're calling Wells Fargo for an investment loan on a single family house, they're just not going to have, a very aggressive products at all. You got to know. It's like I bought a boat a couple years ago, and credit unions love financing boats and toys and cars and all that, right?
Interesting.
And I know this because this is what I do.
Yeah.
So I was at Wells Fargo doing something, and they were like, "Hey, do you have any loan needs and so forth?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, I'm buying a boat right now."
Yeah.
They came back like, "Oh yeah." So they came back with like 9.5%.
Yeah,
I mean, it was something. I go, "Why don't you just say you don't do boat loans?"
That's right.
Really. I mean, it was like they were like trying to, give me this ridiculous. I'm like, I'm borrowing at 2% over here, and you're giving me 9%.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
No, so that's a good example of they all have a different flavor for certain things.
Well, and they'll say they'll do it, but then they can't close it, right? Or it's all this paperwork, and it's like it's like they're learning how to walk with your loan, right? And they're like learning the business with it, and they're but we didn't know we had this come up, and then it's like, look, just tell me what you do, dude. I don't need. If you do this, great. If not, we'll go somewhere else, right?
And that's why we're big on education, because we focus on investors, on investment property. And so we'll get calls from people, and they're like, man, I'm working on this deal. I've been working with so-and-so mortgage company for the last 60 days. I'm like, they're telling me about the deal, and I'm like, well, what's the problem? They're like, well, I don't know. They said this, and that. And they're getting all this false information. Oh, they said I can only have 4 houses. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
They said I can only have 10 houses. No, that's not true either. And
yeah.
So there's a lot of misinformation from a lot of other mortgage companies that just don't dial into the investor side. And so I'm like, well, you want to close this like next week? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Is that too soon for you?
Yeah.
60 days.
60. What are you doing? What have you been doing the last 59 days?
When someone tells them they need to close in 60 days, I tell them to call me in 45 days. Because I don't want to think out that far out.
That's right.
Hard money lenders, we don't think that far out.
Yeah, that's too. It's so. Oh, that's so funny because that's totally what our sales meetings are. It's like, hey, so we got this one closed. And I'm like, okay, great. So line this up, do this. No, we're not closing for another, 30 days. Like, oh, we'll worry about it, a week and a half before closing starts. Then we'll be ready to close, right?
Yeah.
So that's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know how to go through that slow process.
I don't either.
I'm like, no, because you got to have one speed, right?
That's right. Yeah, there's only one speed this thing operates at, right?
Yeah. I think if we have a deal, we had to close out 60 days, and we started it. We'd probably end up closing late because we would be fumbling.
Yeah, you're like, where did this deal come from?
What do we do now? Should we order the appraisal yet? Is it too early? Yeah, so.
That's hilarious. Well, I was up in Seattle, and I find it fascinating. I know you travel around a bit at different real estate events, but when I get outside the state of Texas and I start talking to people about their financing options, it blows me away.
Yeah, they don't have nearly the aggressive products that we do.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I go outside of Texas, and I'm like, how do you function? Like, I'll ask them, oh yeah, you ought to be able to put 10 rental properties in your name. Wait, you can do that? I thought you could only put like 2 or 3. I'm like, who is teaching your classes up here? Or I'll say, hey, just go call a hard money lender. You call up, like we got you guys down here. So it's like, just call Noble up. They'll finance up to 100%, if 70, maybe 75% LTV, depending on the deal, right? And they're like, we can't do that here. What do you mean you can't do that here? Like, y'all don't, y'all can't function like that? It's so strange. It's like being in an alien world outside of Texas sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the regulatory environment. I know the Northwest has a much higher regulatory environment than we do in Texas, but you're right, all over, because we get calls from all over. And actually, I've got a cousin in Washington, and she was like, man, I wish you would open up an office here because she wants to get into rehabbing houses. And I'm like, well, you don't have hard money lenders there? She can't find any products any remotely similar to what we offer. And I think it's a regulatory deal. Cause
it might be.
They're very restrictive up there.
Yeah.
They don't want a lot of business in the Northwest.
I don't get it. Yeah.
They want to drink some coffee and have some beer, hug a couple of trees, and call it a day, you know?
It's funny you mentioned I was chatting with Nate one day, and he told me, he said, that's one of the challenges living up there. He's like, it's a little bit more slow-paced, right? Everybody just kind of having a good time, and, we'll get around to it, we'll do it. And, of course, down here, it's like, hey, come on, we got another deal to do here, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving. So, well, good deal. So you guys do products for all kinds of stuff. You got a ton of educational events. When's y'all's next event coming up? I know you got a ton of them.
Man, we do
that
so
you
many.
do.
I don't even keep track of them that much anymore because I just wake up and go, where do I got to be today?
That's right.
We just had our happy hour this week in Dallas. That was a huge success.
That looked great.
Man, that's a great venue. The Rustic, we had a couple hundred people there, and it was just a networking deal. So our next one, let's see here, our next happy hour, our next Basics and Breakfast is in Dallas on May 4th. And I'm going to get up and speak on financing, and then we have a guy coming in talking about credit repair.
Okay.
That's a free event. Of course, all of our events are free. And then our happy hour is here in Houston on May 9th.
Okay.
At the, what's that place called?
Is that local
Pour.
pour? You doing that there again?
Okay.
Okay.
And then we're doing another Basics and Breakfast here on May 23rd.
Okay.
So if they go to our website, noblemoney.com, they can register. It's a free event. We always buy drinks at the happy hours, and we have a breakfast and so forth to do more of an educational event.
Yeah, I did the breakfast one. Was that last week or the week before? I can't remember.
Was that not the best crowd?
That was great. They were pretty lively for 9:00 in the morning. I was pretty surprised.
I do those every month. And so every month, we do that Basics and Breakfast. We get there at 9 in the morning, and that was an amazing crowd. And normally, like Erica was joking about there, everybody's just kind of sitting there. Nobody's talking to each other. These people were like partying at 9 in the morning. They were engaged. They were asking questions. Yeah. That was a great event.
I got there. I'm like, would they pass out mimosas earlier or something?
I know, right?
This is a pretty lively group for 9.
That was a great group.
That was fun. It was a fun group.
Yeah.
So if y'all have got questions related to money, 713-785-1817. One of the big reasons we've got Daryl on the show is because he looks at a ton of deals. And this is what I tell folks. The money is one piece of a hard money loan, but it's all of the other services you get along with it. You guys look at a deal and you go, yeah, this may or may not be a good deal. Appraiser goes out and looks at it, but you got a pretty good idea of what's going on in that neighborhood because you've probably lent on a deal in the same neighborhood. If not, you probably have a deal going on in that same neighborhood. So y'all have a lot of market intelligence that any old lender is not going to have.
1 minute.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see so many deals, and so for a new investor especially, it gives them a second set of eyes.
Yes.
We're looking at not only the area, but actually the repairs. One of the big fears is estimating the repair budget, which I know Tom did that class last night and had a lot of people there because people don't, a lot of people don't know how to do that. And like Tom and you, I can walk in and out of a house in 10 minutes and hit the budget within 10%. So if they have a contractor who's going in and bidding it way too high, we're going to tell them, hey, this seems like you're paying way too much for this. Or the other way around. Hey, your budget's only 20. I think you're going to spend $30,000 on this house. And so, that second set of eyes certainly helps because we've seen so many deals.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we get back. We're going to talk more with Daryl Dyke at Noble Mortgage. It's Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate.
Mic's off, guys.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.?
All right, I'm getting
Imagine
text
if you
messages.
could use someone's IRA
Hey, Jay,
to
can
fund
you
all of your
turn
deals.
Daryl's mic up a little bit?
Yeah.
You can. Quest IRA
His
is based
levels are
locally
just low
here
on
in
this
Houston,
side.
Texas.
Okay.
At Quest
There
IRA,
we go. I got him
we
up a
offer
little bit.
retirement
Alright, cool.
accounts that can be used to invest
Can
in real
you
estate,
ask Daryl if
promissory
he has a
notes,
PowerPoint
private
that he brings for the
entities,
weekend
and
retreat?
much more.
And if so,
Many
can he
of
send
our
it to me?
clients loan money
I'm trying to
from
get
their
everything
IRAs
preloaded
to
before
fund
the
real
day
estate
of.
deals all over the
We're doing
country.
everything on-
We don't
on,
sell any
Pro
investments
Presenter
or
now.
give advice. However, we do
sweet.
hold free networking events, weekly educational
you can
classes,
send it to
and
anybody.
free
Support
consultations
at
with an
RightPath Real
IRA
Estate. We'll get it over
specialist.
to Andy.
For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855 fund IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage.
By the
Noble
end of that,
Mortgage
it's
is
like,
a
all right, I'm
full-service
done. I'm gonna
mortgage
take a whole
company
weekend off,
that's been
actually do
helping
nothing.
investors since 2003.
And our
Noble
we do our
Mortgage
weekend
offers up to
retreat, and then
100%
Mastermind
financing
starts
to
that Monday
investors
night.
that covers
So we get back
purchase,
here,
repairs, and
then,
closing
we
costs.
essentially
In
work all day
addition to
Monday,
private
and then
money,
Monday night
Noble
till about
Mortgage
9
offers
o'clock, and then we start
conventional
doing
loans,
one-on-ones with folks
FHA,
on
and
Saturday.
even no income documentation
kind of
loans for both
kind of a
residential
death march at
and
first
commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications
Well, we
within
got
2
signed
business
up with,
days. Call
Arise.
713-680-8100
So, me,
or
Tom,
visit
and
noblemoney.com. That's
but I think even just
noblemoney.com.
this
Our team
piece
has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100 or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
One of the things they were telling us, they said, hey,
Junk
we
King
might
is
be
your
thinking
full-service
about flying
junk and
into
clutter
Addison.
removal solution.
Which I'm like,
You
that
just
would be
point,
perfect
and we will
because
do all of the
do-
work. Junk and
we
clutter
do a
can
lot
be
of our events at
appliances,
Quest office,
furniture,
which is right there in
yard
Addison,
waste,
and it's right down the
trash,
street.
construction
And
or
then,
remodeling debris, items
think
left
our-
by
I don't know where
former
our event's
tenants,
at, somewhere
or anything you
downtown
wish to
Dallas.
dispose of that does not require a permit for hauling. Apartments, attic, garage, and office cleanouts or yard cleanups. We even assist with tenant evictions where law enforcement is present. Our courteous,
it's mostly
uniformed,
corporate
and
travel
professionally
out,
trained
actually.
teams provide you with free estimates. We will beat
Tom was telling
any
me it's the
comparable
busiest
competitor's written
single
quote,
runway
and we
airport in the
even
country.
sweep up after every
It's just
job
one
at no
runway,
additional cost.
and it's all-
Junk King
it's all
is the
corporate
greenest
jets.
junk
So
hauling
we
service
were
in
flying
North
out of
America.
Sugarland.
We
We
donate,
were flying a little
recycle,
Cessna.
repurpose, and
That's when
reuse
we
as
go
much
into
as
Addison
possible
and
from
land
every
at
load,
Millionaire
and
there,
we are averaging
which is
60
pretty cool.
to 80%.
Millionaire's night, they got a conference room there.
Fully
We actually had
insured,
meetings there.
Junk
Pretty
King
sweet.
would love the
They're
opportunity
like, oh, you
to
want to meet me in
showcase our
Dallas? Great.
services
Go to the
and
Millionaire
earn
in
your
Addison.
business.
We'd land. Get out and meet right there in the conference room.
1-888-888-JUNK.
Are you an active real estate investor? If so,
1 minute.
a real estate attorney is a crucial member to add to your team. Contact Alert Law at 346-231-1120. Alert Law serves clients in real estate and business law with principal offices in Houston and their acquisitions and dispositions. We are equipped to serve you in your residential and commercial real estate law needs. Contact Alert Law at 346-231-1120. We draft and review docs and structured transactions and represent you in disputes and litigation. Or choose one of our transaction packages to cover your sub-2, wholesale, wraps, or private financing deals. Our business and commercial services include business contracts, entity formations, and business consultations. If you need a reliable, dedicated firm to serve on your team, contact Alert Law at 346-231-1120. 346-231-1120.
All right,
Paid for by
fellas, we
Gerald
got
Ayler,
5
principal
seconds.
offices in Houston, not board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization.
This is Business.
All right,
1110.
gentlemen. Hot mics in 5, 4. All right, guys, stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate. We're talking about money today. Got Daryl Dyke with Noble Mortgage in studio, 713-785-1817. So let's talk about some deals. What's the landscape look like in Houston right now? What do you see? Are you seeing mostly flips or rental properties? What's kind of the mix that you're seeing right now?
We're seeing both, probably about 50-50 right
Okay.
now. The rentals haven't slowed down at all. That's been solid throughout. The last 5 years have just been an amazing run for rentals. The higher end flips seem to slow down a little bit, but those are coming back really strong right now.
Yeah.
We kind of pulled back from that market a little bit because it was so flooded, in the Heights and Interloop high-end flips. Like when I say high-end, I mean like $500,000 to $1 million. So we were holding back a little bit on the lending side. And quite frankly, we weren't even getting a lot of requests because people knew the days on market was going.
Yeah, it was going through the roof. Yeah,
8-9 months now. But that market since November, has picked up a lot.
I made that prediction. It was about October 15 when we were looking at the landscape. We had one in Shadow Valley, and we were going to flip it. And I was looking at the numbers, and I was like, the speed at which they've appreciated, they can depreciate just as fast. Let's wholesale it. We wholesaled it, and that's when that market started to turn. And Heights was the same thing. It was just this big dip, which corresponded with the oil and gas market.
Yep.
That's really, it was
Well,
the
it always
higher.
lags behind.
That's
right. price of oil goes down, real estate follows within 12 months.
That's right. And that was about 12 months. I think it was 14 when oil started to dip. So we jumped out, and then this past year in 16, we about midway through the year, it was like, I think it's time to get back into the $500,000 market again. And so it's starting to pop back up.
A lot. Only thing I would say on that, the caveat is I would not be doing a high-end flip in the suburbs. That market is still really, really slow right now. You have days on market that are easy 8-9 months right now. So I wouldn't be doing a high-end flip in the suburbs. But anything inside the loop, you know, I wouldn't do a lot of townhome development right now because that market is still flooded. You know, you have a lot of inventory in the townhome market, interloop, but single family, $500,000 to $1 million. I think that's, you know, you got to know what you're doing, obviously.
Right.
You can't just be, you know, hey, wake up and decide you want to build $1 million house. You know, we get those calls sometimes too.
It's like, hey, this is my first deal.
Yeah, we'll get a call. I did a $10,000 rehab. I'm thinking about building $1 million house, and I'm like, why?
What? Yeah, and you know, what about building $1 million houses?
Yeah, I mean that's a different market. You have to know how to build $1 million house.
It's so weird to me, and real estate is the only industry I know that does this, where you get a new investor that walks in the door, and they think that just because they've taken a couple classes, they can now manage a $100,000 rehab or build $1 million house. And I'm like, well, wait a second. What industry are you in? Oh, I'm in oil and gas, right? Or I'm in healthcare. I mean, you didn't wake up one day and just think you could build an oil rig like as soon as you got right out of undergrad, did you? Or, you know, you just got out of your residency. Now you think you're ready to do neurosurgery. I'm like, well, hold on. Now it's not as complicated as those things, right? But you do have to have some experience, right, to know how to do these things.
Well, real estate is an industry. I always say this when I'm teaching is very low barriers to entry.
Yes.
And very lucrative.
Yes.
And so you get a lot of people that want to get into real estate and make good money, and you certainly can. But you certainly don't want to set yourself up for failure by getting into too big of a deal. And that's why real estate also lends itself to a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, not only on the investor side, but on the lending side, on the teaching side, on the wholesaling side. You really have to vet people that you do business with in real estate because nobody, you know, wholesalers don't have to be licensed.
No.
I mean, mortgage people have to be licensed. It doesn't mean they know what they're doing either.
Right.
So,
well, it's kind of like, it's, you know, if you were to equate, one comparison I'm making a lot lately is hard money lenders versus private lenders. And I tell these private lenders, I'm like, look, if this is your first couple of deals, you got to find somebody either really experienced or just go lend your money to a hard money lender. Because a lot of hard money lenders borrow money from private lenders, right? And it's like, just do that. It's so much easier. And then you'll get new investors that think, oh, I need to go out and raise private money. I'm like, no, you don't know what you're doing. The last thing you need to be doing on this new business venture is raising money from somebody that took them 30 or 40 years to save. I'm like, you have no business. Go to a hard money lender. And like you started the show with earlier is the real value that y'all bring at Noble is it's not just the money. It's all the service, right? It's like, all right, here's a deal. Hey, Dara, here's a deal I'm thinking about doing. You look at this thing, you go, dude, you can't do that rehab for $30,000. It's impossible. You know, it's that, or it's that second set of eyes that says, yeah, we'll lend on this, but you think the ARV is 225. My appraiser says it's worth 175. We'll lend on the 175. And if you really believe in this project, you can bring the rest to closing, right? And they go, oh, yeah, that probably isn't a good idea, right?
Yeah, we don't ever tell them it's a bad deal because your definition of a bad deal and my definition of a bad deal are completely different. Right? So we tell them, obviously, how much we can lend on it. You know, if they want to look into, if it's a flip, we'll tell them the days on market. Look, your days on market is this, so you better assume that you're going to be at whatever the market is. So yeah, we're going to go through that due diligence, get an appraisal done. You know, a lot of private lenders don't even give an appraisal.
Oh, none of them do. Yeah,
they don't do draws. They might probably just give them the money.
Yeah, give them all the money and go. Yeah,
and so right, someone who's new, it could really get them into trouble if they're not used to working with that contractor, and that contractor, you know, doesn't finish the job or gets ahead of them. I mean, there's so many things that happen, and we get a lot of calls from private lenders that are in trouble on deals.
Yeah, we get the.
I'm scratching my head. I'm like, why did you do this deal?
Yeah,
well, I met this guy. Seemed like a great guy.
Oh, we're in the same group, right? That's why we're on the same training program. He seems like so nice, right?
Seemed like a real swell guy.
Yeah, well, the real frauds don't show up with a sign that says "I'm a big fraud," right?
No, no. They're actually normally the most charming.
That's right. They are. That's true. That is true. You know, it's so funny. We have become a private lender bailout team for Houston. We get the phone calls all the time, like, so I'm doing this deal with this person that's teaching real estate education, and we thought it was going to be a good deal, and it's like, well, and the same question, like, what were you thinking? You know, it's when we bring our our new students on board, our mastermind folks, our clients, a couple of things we tell them is like, just go to Noble, get pre-approved, and we'll talk about your pre-approval process here in a minute because I think it's really great. But go get pre-approved with Noble, go talk to the guys at Fast Track, make sure you got a good connection with them, go talk to the guys at Benchmark. And it's funny, most of the folks that join our program have done real estate before, and they're just trying to figure out how to do it as a business.
Yeah.
And then when they go through our process where they use you guys and Fast Track and all our other sponsors for the show, they go through and they do the deal and they go, that was so easy. Like, I wasn't having to nag a contractor and, call my lender, are we ready to close? Oh my gosh, I don't know. You need another piece of paper 2 days before closing, that sort of thing. So it is finding those people that know what they're doing, that have a process. And like you said, like, I don't know how to do a 60-day close. I know how to do a 2-week close. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So those sorts of things. So talk a little bit about how they get pre-approved with you. How's the start of the relationship work if they want to start working with you?
Yeah, I mean, certainly if you're going to get into real estate, you're going to have to borrow money. So we always say get pre-approved first, get your financial house in order. So pre-approval is really simple. It's a one-page application, but it all starts off with, what are you going to do with this property, right? Are you looking to buy and hold, or are you looking to flip? If you're looking to flip, you just need to have a little bit of money in the bank so we know that you can make the payments and pay your contractors and so forth, because you're going to pay us off through the sale of the house. But half of our loans, probably at least half of them, they're going to buy using a hard money loan, which is only going to be a 6-month loan, and they're going to want to refinance it into long-term. So if that's the case, because we also do conventional financing, we're going to say, okay, we need everything.
Yeah.
We need 2 years tax returns, we need bank statements, because we want to make sure you're qualified for that long-term loan. I don't want to put you into a 6-month loan if I can't get you out.
Right.
So, and that's another fear people have is, I don't want to get into this hard money loan. What if I'm stuck in it? Well, we're going to make sure you're pre-qualified. So we pre-qualify for it. So when you buy the house, as soon as the repairs are done, boom, you refinance out. And it's pre-approved was like 2 days at the most.
So it's probably a good dimension. We're talking about long-term, because I hear that all the time. Like, what happens if I can't get refied in 6 months? I'm like, trust me, you'll know what before you even get into this deal.
Yeah.
As long as you don't do anything crazy like ruin your credit, between the time you bought the house to your refi, don't go out and buy a new car.
Yeah,
don't
lose your job.
Lose your job. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So you go in and you buy that deal with a hard money loan, you rehab the house, you get a tenant in there. And this is the kind of stuff, what we're talking about right now, folks, are typically rental plays, right? You're not going to refinance a hard money loan for a flip property because you're just going to sell the house.
Yes.
So they're going into a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. That's why you've got to have all the documentation before you close on it. So you've already essentially given them a loan approval, if you will. It's not really a pre-approval. I mean, it's a full-blown loan approval at that point.
Yeah, because we know, if you're refinancing out, we know what it takes to qualify for it. So you got to fit in that box. And so once you close on the hard money, you rehab it, and then when you're ready to refinance it, all we need is like maybe an updated pay stub just to update your file. And then it's a seamless process. Those are the easiest deals that we do. They're so cookie cutter, and so we get people that'll come in like, I want to buy a couple of rental houses, and next thing you know, they got 10 in the blink of an eye, because they're able to leverage themselves, of course, using hard money by borrowing up to 100% financing, as opposed to putting down 20%, 20%, which you have to do on conventional loan. And a lot of people don't realize that. That's the benefit of hard money. I mean, closing quickly is certainly good, but being able to leverage yourself, we're not having to put down 20% every time. We had a guy a couple years ago, 80-year-old guy. He wanted to buy 8-10 houses. He had young kids. The guy was married to a 40-year-old.
Nice.
Had little kids, like 5 and 7.
Oh,
He's like,
man.
I want to buy some rentals to take care of them.
Can you imagine at 80 having 5 and 6-year-olds running around?
He was such a youthful guy.
Yeah.
I love this guy. But he only had like $50,000 to he was willing to put in. But he bought 8 houses with $50,000 over the course of 2 years. And normally that would get you 1 or 2 houses.
Yeah.
But such a great guy. He walked in my office about 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
And we did a little video with him because he walked in. I was
cool.
like, how are you doing? He's like, I'm living the dream. That's what he said. Because I've been in Australia for a year. He was in Australia
wow.
with
That's crazy.
Brought his family and everything. Yeah, it was really
That's cool.
I love hearing those success stories.
Yeah, those are fun. It's so funny. I tease the guys on Facebook that end up doing that, right? They get 10, 20, 30 rental properties, and then they just disappear, right? I'll get messages from them on Facebook, and you'll see pictures of the beach and all that stuff. And then I'll send them a note, and I'll do it on Facebook. I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? This 100 houses a year stuff is for the birds. I just need to go get 20 or 30 rental properties and hang out with you guys on the beach.
Yeah. Well, there's certain people that are lifestyle people.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah,
build
absolutely.
everything up so they don't have to do a lot
That's
of work.
right. Yeah, they're not trying to build an empire.
You're a busybody like me.
Yeah.
I like to be doing things all the time, going to Dallas, going to this event.
Yeah.
That's just what I like to do. But I love what I do, so I don't feel like I'm at working. I feel like I'm helping people and I'm passionate about it, so I really enjoy it.
So you can buy in this market. What are you seeing out of pocket for buy and hold landlords in Houston?
Man, it's gone down quite a bit.
Yeah.
If you asked me that question 18 months ago, I would have said $25,000, sometimes $30,000, and now that's $5,000 to $15,000.
Yeah,
and
it's getting reasonable again.
We've done several 100% financing deals.
Nice,
several. And 2 years ago, they were unheard of.
Yep.
But we've done several now, and so
1 minute.
It's just a matter of buying it right, and it's not. That's always the hardest part, right? It's finding that deal and buying it right, and so once people figure that out, boy, they can really ramp it up. We'll take a guy who starts. I want to buy 3 houses and. We got one guy. I'm going to buy a couple rental houses. He's done like over 30 deals now in 2 years.
That's awesome.
Just went crazy on it, I love that.
Yeah, just got to find the right deals. $5,000-$6,000 out of pocket, $5,000-$10,000 out of pocket is nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's closing costs.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what you're doing is pay for closing costs. When you look at, it's fascinating when you look at what you really have invested in deal. It's really closing costs when it comes right down to it.
Yeah.
Even if you're putting quote 20% down. So. All right, we get back from the break. I'm going to talk more with Daryl Dyke of Noble Mortgage. This is Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate.
Mike's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Okay, yeah. We ought to talk about that.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353.
For primary.
Or online
is that
at
okay, so
benchmarkbroker.com.
That's a primary. Okay, but what about
that's
so 24 months of bank statements, and then they'll finance refinance a primary or purchase. But that'll be 20 or 25%.
If you have cracks in your walls,
right?
ceilings,
1
or
minute.
floors, you may have a foundation leveling problem.
Send my,
Do you have doors
I'm going
that
through
stick
a guy
or just won't
right
open
now.
right? Maybe you have
That's that whole
gaps in the
deal on
bricks
my
of your
personal.
fireplace.
But I don't think when you and I talked, I didn't think you had that product.
A fast, high-quality foundation
with the bank
leveling
statement.
company based here in
Because
Houston.
we're selling my
They know
wife's
how hot
house,
it gets on the Gulf Coast. High summer temperatures, heavy rainfall, and clay-rich soils are leading causes of foundation cracks.
So we could do
if you
the
have a cracked
non-arms
slab
length
or a
if it's
shifting
seasoned for 6
foundation,
months,
call
I'm like, I don't
Green
wanna pay
Tree
2 more months
Foundation
worth of
Leveling
interest.
at 832-329-1687. How old is your house? Many older homes in our area require foundation repair simply because of our climate and soil conditions. Green Tree Foundation Leveling provides free estimates within 24 hours.
We're gonna be all
they
in.
repair
I think the rehab's
concrete
gonna
slab
be 100.
foundations and pier and beam homes too. The experts at Green Tree Foundation Leveling work fast and offer competitive rates, even a lifetime transferable warranty. Call 832-329-1687
All right,
to
fellas,
schedule
stand
an
by.
appointment with Green Tree Foundation Leveling.
This
All right,
is
guys.
business.
Jason.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm here.
All right, stand by. Hot mics. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate. I'm here with Daryl Dyke of Noble Mortgage. It's hard doing a radio show with you with commercials because you and I just sit here and talk the whole time. And Nikki's like, shut up. You're getting back on the radio. Jason, quit. You guys quit screwing around. Let's talk about some unconventional products. So we've got a question here on Facebook. How can someone get a conventional loan for a primary residence when there's no W-2 in the household? So now we're talking about primary residence. So this is non-investor product. Do you guys have something that might work for them?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly don't need to have a W-2 to qualify for a conventional mortgage for a primary residence, but you have to have income.
Right, yeah, you got to have some money coming in.
Yeah, so if you're self-employed and you don't have a W-2, you should still have income. If you don't have the income or you're self-employed and you know you have a lot of write-offs and you don't qualify, there is a program that allows you to submit 24 months of bank statements, and they track your deposits for 24 months. So they take 24 months worth of deposits, they divide it by 24, and they use that as your income.
Cool.
So that's kind of a niche product. And then, of course, we talked about the no-income products for investors.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit because I get a lot of investors that lost their jobs or just quit, and then they realize, that job was like really critical to my financing. So then what happens? They're like, I'm trying to do a flip and I don't have a job and nobody will finance me. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing flips, we don't really...
flips, who cares?
Yeah,
right?
I don't
That's
care.
true.
We don't ask for income. You have to have some reserves and so forth. But yeah, if you're looking to buy and build a rental portfolio, you have to have income, certainly. They do have a no-income product now, which is built for investors. It's not primary residences, and there's no tax returns required. You know, it's a real niche loan. It's about 70% of cost is what the loan is, but it's not a bad rate. It's 7 to 9%, 30-year loan, and the loan will start adjusting after about 7 or 8 years, so it's locked in for 7 to 8 years, and then it starts adjusting. And there's a prepayment penalty for the first 3 years. So very niche product, but someone like that who maybe goes from a W-2 to full-time real estate and they don't qualify for conventional, it could be a loan to get them to another place.
Right.
Like a bridge loan. So they can call into that loan for 2-3 years, prepayment falls off, then refinance it into a 30-year regular conventional mortgage.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people miss, and this is one of the reasons we have you come out and speak at our weekend retreat, is that the rules are always changing, but the products, it seems like there's more and more product out there for single family, whereas even 3 years ago, a lot of this stuff didn't even exist.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The no-income, they're fairly new. When they first started coming back, there was like one lender that was talking about it, and we're like, are they really doing this again? Wait, are we doing this?
Wait, are we doing this again, guys? Are we going there?
We're going back to 05?
Yeah. So talk a little bit about what happened in 05 with the no income, the liar loans, and all that stuff.
Okay, so stated income loans, I'm still a fan of stated income loans. But I'm a fan of how they started. So they were built for people who are self-employed. They had to have good credit, 700 credit, and they had to be self-employed. And so they would require them to put down 20% of the purchase price. Okay, I'm telling you, that's a good loan.
Yeah, because it's guys like me who are starting out in real estate.
Yeah,
we're doing really well, but you do have a lot of write-offs. You're reinvesting in your business, but it's like there's no reason why you can't buy a house, right?
Yeah, you're putting 20% down.
Yeah, put 20% down.
You got good credit.
Yeah,
that's a good loan.
Yep.
So then somebody else goes, I'll do that same loan, but you only got to put down 10%. And then some other guy says, I'll do it for 5%. And then they got to the point where you don't even have to be self-employed. So the worst I ever saw, one of my loan officers always trying to get me to sign up with all these lenders because they were just everywhere.
They're just throwing money.
He came in, he said, they got this new product. It's stated income, 100% financing, 560 credit.
Oh my gosh!
I looked at it and I said, "This is a foreclosure waiting to happen." And I'm a hard money lender, and I won't do anything close to that.
Yeah.
And I swear, within 6 months, man, they just started imploding everywhere.
Wow.
So that's they got stupid. Wall Street started buying up all these loans, and so the lenders say, "Oh yeah, you want 560, 100% financing? I can get you 1,000 of those. You want those? Let's go get them. We'll sell them." And then Wall Street say, "Hey, wait, nobody's paying. Y'all need to take these back."
Yeah, and of course they're like, "Oh, I ain't taking these back," and then they're out of business,
Boom.
right? Yeah, everyone's out of
Boom,
business.
Boom. They had that mortgage company implodometer.
Yeah, that's right.
Every day you could see them lining up.
I remember I was in business school at the time, and I'm sitting there. It was like the daily stuff of these small little these little lenders just popping one after another. It was amazing to
Big
watch.
Big ones and small ones.
Yep.
I think from 2006 to now, I think probably 80% of the hard money lenders in Houston went out of business.
Yeah, because I'll chat with you, and you're like, "Hey, do you remember so and such and such?" I'm like, "I came in after the crash, so I'm like, I don't know any." He's like, "Oh yeah, they're gone."
They didn't make it. I remember a guy walked into my office, and we had more foreclosures than we would normally during that time because we get very little.
Yeah.
Like I think in the last 3 years, I've had 2.
Wow.
I don't get a lot.
Yeah.
But in 2008 and 2009, we had a lot more than usual, so it was stressful. But I remember this investor walked into my office. He just left one of my competitors. And he's like, "Oh, I just left his office. He's trying to sell me some of these foreclosures." I'm like, "Well, how many does he have?" He had a sheet of 200 foreclosures.
Holy cow.
This hard money lender had. I was like, "Man, I got 6 right now." I'm stressing.
Wow.
200.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's insane. And nobody was buying, and there wasn't money available.
Yeah.
And
you personally guarantee those notes, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're getting their blood somewhere, right?
Yeah.
They're getting it out of somebody.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
It was a challenging time, And our foreclosures were really with guys that had several houses that just, we had guys just walk in and give us the keys.
Wow.
I know I've got 8 loans with you. I can't sell these houses.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
I can't refinance them.
Yeah.
Here's the keys, Daryl. And so we had to get creative at that point and sell some, owner finance some, rent some. So that was an interesting time. But I tell you, I learned more during those stressful years than I ever did in real estate.
Yeah, that'll give you all the gray hair, right?
That's exactly. I had 0. I'm not exaggerating. I was looking at pictures of my kids, and in 2006 I had 0 gray hair. In 2008, I'm like, wait, there's one.
Wait a second.
2009 started coming. Now it's like,
yeah,
yeah.
It's so funny. LT, our sales manager, he's a little older than I am, but he's got jet black hair. And I told him, I said, my job is to give you at least 1 gray hair. To this day, he's like, look, I got 4 boys and I'm straight commission. He's like, you ain't gonna give me any gray hair, man. So I thought that was kind of funny.
He needs a downturn in real estate. That'll get him up.
That's right. Yeah, that perks him up real quick, doesn't it?
That'll stress you.
I don't know. I think a downturn in real estate, I think we just get busier. I mean, I get kind of excited when someone says that. I mean, it's like, especially if you can go in and pick some things up sub 2, and I don't know. I would love to see how that all rolls out again. But it's fascinating if we were to go back to that the crisis or the mortgage crisis. I mean, when all of that happened, what was really that domino that started all? And it was the guy that's a 560 credit score. It's got no business getting a house. And so I'll read online where someone says, "Oh yeah, the single family housing crisis is coming." I'm like, no, it's not. It's not going to happen, guys. I mean, now the stuff that's going on in Vancouver and some other places because of Chinese investors is one that is in just a handful of markets, but it's down here. I don't see it happening. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, money is not like it was back then. Money got way too cheap, certainly, and so you had a lot of people buying houses that shouldn't have been buying houses. And so it was really a reflection of that. And so when these lenders started imploding because the loans were going bad, you had a lot less money available. And then starts the depreciation because you have houses that are sitting on the market. So that was the downturn. But I tell you, if I learned one thing during that, and that's the first downturn I've been in. I've been in the industry since '96. That's the downturn I've been in.
Yeah, the first real big one.
Yeah, but the lesson I learned there was go buy houses.
Yes. Yes.
I should have been buying. I was managing my company and the foreclosures that we had to deal with. But looking back, I should have been buying houses and keeping any foreclosure that we had, as opposed to just trying to get them off the books.
So I'll tell you the little secret, and I usually don't tell people this unless they're at the weekend retreat. But I'll tell you this little secret. One of the reasons, the primary reason we got into real estate education, is to build a group of people, which is actually our mastermind group, to become more and more successful in real estate. So when that does happen, I'm going to stand there in the front of the room. I'm going to have all of our mastermind people there and say, all right, guys, I know everybody's scared, right? Because the world's on fire. but now's the time to double down. Let's get as much money as we can and buy everything.
That's what Warren Buffett was doing.
Yeah, it's just
he was more the stock guy.
Right, yeah.
But everybody's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Because he's the guru, right?
Right,
and the market had crashed. He's like, "I'm buying American stocks."
That's right.
That's
what
I'm doing. Everybody's like, "You're buying American stocks? It's
the world's on fire." Oh my gosh!
And he made a killing.
Yeah, and you know what the secret is to when you really look at distill Warren's success down, he has bought historically American companies at book value.
Yep.
Meaning he's buying them for what they could be liquidated for. How can you screw that up? You can't. That's the point, right?
It's buy low and sell high. That's the last time I checked.
Yeah, that's right.
How you make a profit.
Yeah, and that's why I'm always just railing against multifamily. It's like
2 minutes.
Do you want to buy high or want to buy low? And everyone looks at me like, well, buy low, idiot. I'm like, yeah. So multifamily high right now is very low. I mean, it's
multifamily's ridiculous.
It's insane.
You got people buying D properties and valuing them at $50,000 a unit.
I don't get it. It's incredible.
It's insane.
And I sit back and I look.
You'll take a beating on that deal.
Oh, and
may not be this year.
Oh, and that's what I love. I make these comments, and then on Facebook you'll see all these people. Well, I'm making money in that. I'm making money doing it. I said, yeah, there were a whole lot of guys in 07, 08 who were buying pre-construction condos in Florida, right, and making a killing. And then 6 months later, the market falls out, and they're on the hook for 10 of these things, and they're now filing bankruptcy. So, yeah, you tell me all of it's
musical chairs.
That's right.
When the music stops, you better have a chair.
That's right. And these guys don't have a chair.
Not everybody has a chair.
Well, and I think you and I know some of the same really savvy multifamily guys here in Houston, one of which owns the building we're sitting in right now. But we've talked about some of these guys, and I think they've sold, it's either 10 or 15,000 doors in the last 18, 24 months. I mean, they have nothing.
Yeah.
And they've invested in multifamily for 20 years. And it's like they're completely out. Now, of course, they're crying in their beer and, high whiskey, at the local watering hole because they're paying taxes on all this stuff, but they're like, there's nothing to invest in other than single family. And to deploy the amount of money they've made in multifamily into single family, it's not very efficient, right?
Doesn't make sense.
So these poor guys are like, well, we're out, but we'll wait. We're not paying $50,000 a door for a D-class property. So we get back from the break. We're going to talk more with Daryl Dyke of Noble Mortgage. It's Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary repair work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you. Whether rehabbing houses, buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis
They absolutely
of the
are.
market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
1 minute.
That's right.
Virtuoso Graphics is not your ordinary sign shop. We're your one-stop shop for all your signage and graphics needs. We're located in the Galleria area and have been in business for over 13 years.
What's the worst thing if I get left?
We offer a wide variety of signage
if I'm the one that's
products,
holding the bag
including
on
bandit,
a deal in
aluminum, and ADA compliant
Cypress
signs to
or
3D
Katie.
letters. Need
All right,
something
so
printed?
we rent it.
We can get
No
that
big deal.
done too.
But in those neighborhoods,
from outdoor banners
you can't
to business
rent it
cards
for
and
enough.
anything
That
in
makes
between.
sense.
Take advantage of our laser engraving services. We can custom engrave on
That's
many
right.
products available through our catalogs or your own personal items. From large orders to small, we can accommodate your specific needs. We pride ourselves on customer
That's right.
service and work one-on-one
Yeah,
with customers
yeah.
to make sure they get a good quality product. Come to our showroom to browse our many samples to get you inspired. Want your business to
tear it
get
all
noticed?
up.
Give us a call at 713-623-4425 or visit our website at virtuoso-graphics.com.
All right, guys, we're coming back.
Yeah.
Stand by.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate, here with Daryl Dyke at Noble Mortgage. It's a pretty short segment here, Daryl. Let's talk to the new investors out there. Knowing what you know now about hard money, how to finance properties, what would you tell the new investor? Or at the events you guys do, what would you tell the new investor? What's some good sage advice to get them started in real estate?
So, I'm a finance guy, right? So I always talk about financing. We're not here to mentor people on how to flip and so forth. So, again, if you're going to get into real estate, you're going to have to borrow money from somebody. And so, educate yourself, because hard money can be a great tool. Conventional loans are a great tool. There's a lot of banks that would be valuable to you. No income products. And so when I teach at our Basics and Breakfast, whatever all the other events that we do, I'm always like, you need to learn all the different types of financing.
Right.
So when you find the deal, you can figure out how to plug it into those scenarios and find out what works best for you, and eventually you might be talking to a private lender. I don't teach about private lending, but that's another option. So most of our investors that do a lot of deals, they don't use this for every deal.
Right.
They got a private guy for some. They come to us for hard money. Hey, Daryl, I've got this. I need a bank loan on it. And so really educate yourself, get pre-qualified, educate yourself on the financing, and then find a good mentor. You guys are doing great things with RightPath, with the 3-day event and all that, and that'll help them figure out what it is, how they want to attack the market.
Yeah, it's you're building your tool chest, right?
Yep.
So what kind of tool do I need for this type of deal? What works, what doesn't work. Of course, sometimes they try and fit the tool to the product, and it's like, well, hold on. It's a wrench this size only works on these kind of nuts, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely building that tool chest. And like you said, I mean, it's all kind of different products. And then I like the get educated on what you can do and how many. It amazes me when I still run into people today that go to different networking events. They're like, yeah, you can only buy 4 rental properties. I'm like, what? 4 rental properties? Why would you even get into real estate if you can only buy 4 of them, right?
Still people tell me.
Yeah.
I think Wells Fargo only does. Again, Wells Fargo again.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think they only do 4.
Yeah.
I think they only do 4. But that's that one bank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's more products out there.
Yeah, you can buy a lot more than 4 properties. Like I said, we've got a guy that has 30 right now.
Yeah. So real quickly, where's the next place? Where can they find you if they want to talk to you, get pre-qualified, all that sort of stuff?
Sure. Our office number here in Houston, 713-680-8100. or in Dallas, 214-492-0100. And then our website is noblemoney.com. We have lots of really good educational videos. If you want to sign up for some of our free events, just go register there, and we'll start sending you the emails.
Okay, good deal. And next couple of events. I know you've got some in Dallas. We've got some in Houston here.
Yeah, we're doing a Basics and Breakfast on May 4th, which is a free event where I speak on financing. We've got a credit guy coming in speaking. Our next happy hour at Local Pour here in Houston on May 9th. And then our next Basics and Breakfast is on May 23rd in Houston. And I've got a guy talking tax protest.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
1 minute.
It's it's
the season.
Tis the season for tax protest, right? So tax protest, definitely got to manage your costs, right? And taxes are certainly one of those. What I always find fascinating is you always want to hire people who are the best at what they do. And I hear a lot of people like, well, I'm going to go down and protest my taxes. Like, why would you do that? Hire a tax protest guy, right? I see a lot of people use their own money for deals. I'm like, why would you do that? Use a hard money lender. I mean, use Noble Mortgage, right?
It's a hard lesson to learn if you're a control guy, because I am
30
I'm that
seconds.
Way. I used to do everything.
Yeah, you got to do everything.
And now I don't do anything.
Yeah, that's
like as soon as there's a job, I'm like, who can I get to do this? I don't.
That's right. So
I don't do anything. I mean, if I'm not good at it, I'm like, I don't even want to think about it.
That's right. And I'm slowly trying to get there. Nathan's telling me the same thing. He's like, you need to do less. You need to hire more people to do that. So I hear
hire the right people.
That's right.
To do the job
Absolutely. So, well, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, of course.
So this is Jason Bible, RightPath Real Estate. Thanks to Daryl for being on the show, and we will see you guys on Monday.
All right, gentlemen, have a good weekend.
All right, thanks.